How's it going, everyone? Welcome. Welcome. Hey, Silverback Preparedness, how's it going? Hey, Charles Latray, how's it going? How's it going? So I'm thinking we put one of these dimes here up as one of the early bird, just a bit of an early bird auction. Not auction, sorry, giveaway. I don't know why I said auction. What's going on, Capital Currency? I'll switch the screen over and... Alright, so let's lower the amount of numbers. Let's go 0 to 10. Yeah, I still haven't figured out how to type my own chat, so everyone could drop a number 0 to 10 for one of the silver dimes. And yeah, just drop a number. No worries, Silverback Preparedness. Good to see ya. Everyone's getting busier now since summer's over. Kids and stuff are back in school. Programs are starting up again. All that kind of stuff. How's it going, Rocky Mountain Bear? So yeah, I know the 4 wasn't for the giveaway or anything, but you could put a number 1 to 10 for the giveaway. AB2 Constitutional. It's the last chance to drop a number for one of the silver dimes to be given away. Okay, I'm gonna switch over the screen. Alright, let's go. Let's do 20 seconds. There we go. Oh, there's a Superman duck. That's awesome. And a mermaid duck. There we go, number 1. Did anybody guess number 1? No, alright, we'll go again. Anyone who's late, hey, what's going on, RC Wenzu? Yeah, you could drop a number, as long as it's not claimed already. Alright, here we go. Start up again. So yeah, inflation's been running at like 4.4% since this point last year. Crazy high inflation for now. There we go, number 4. Alright, I think that was Silverback Preparedness. Yeah, Silverback Preparedness. You could send me an email. Silver dime is yours. Yeah, so there's one company here, though, that I've been seeing as a pretty good way to hedge yourself from inflation. I'll see if I can just so it'll be an Australian stock. You can see like the price to earnings here is pretty low. It's a mining company. They have a wide variety Copper ore is a big one that they produce. Or not, or sorry, iron ore, which just took a big dip, but with all them, that's why you can see on the chart here, though. Just took a big hit because iron ore went down. So I've been buying it on this dip, and I see iron ore going up just with all the infrastructure upgrades that everyone wants to do, all that kind of stuff. I don't really see it as a way to go wrong, because you can see the dividend yield there. 9.25% dividend yield. Crazy. So yeah, I've been buying this up. Pretty good. Down 18.25% the past 6 months. Yeah, I'm pretty happy buying it here. You kind of see the overall trading range for the past while. So they're kind of near the top of where it normally is, but I just see commodities going up. So I don't mind buying it here. I see it as a fair price. Even if everything kind of goes down, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, crazy what silver and gold and silver have done today. Also, but one thing I have noticed is there's a lot of people phoning into my the Bloomberg, the local station here, asking about what kind of stuff will do well in 10 to 15% kind of inflation. That is high. And with the amount of people that gold's almost at 1800, my goodness, that's going. Just a couple months ago it was down below 1700. Check the chat though. Hey, what's going on, Nick Molnar? Sea Monkey Metals, good to see ya. Yeah, I'll send to Rocky Mountain Bear, no problem. Silverback Preparedness. Very kind of you. I was just yelling 4 at Millstacks. That's funny. My positions are actually ahead now. That's awesome, B2. Good to hear. Yeah, my position in Rio is, after today, is just back down. So I'm down on it, but I don't really care. I'm still buying it at this price. If I start buying it at about $74 per share. Hard to go wrong buying it at 68. But I was also buying a lot when it's like in the 66 range, so I'm just slightly down right now on that stock. No, I haven't gotten anyone up on my channel yet, Nick, but I would love to do a collaboration stream or something like that at some point. Trying to figure it out. Anyone that wants to, feel free to send me an email and we can make it happen. So we wanted to check out the next video. We were doing a thing where we should send stickers to children's hospitals. Want to get everyone involved, including anyone that isn't a creator. If you have it already uploaded and everything, drop a link, then people could like it. And I'll have it all saved, that video. So they could go in their liked videos and find it later on. Hey, where are you in Canada? Millstacks, I am in Ontario. I'm in BC, right on the coast. Southern coast part of BC. Kind of by the, like, Delta and stuff like that. Yeah, I've been wanting to get a channel phone and stuff like that where you can get international calls and stuff like that. I need to get that done sometime soon. But yeah, I've been buying some gold like crazy the past little bit, and I think I'm gonna continue to buy gold for a while longer. Getting some gold. I've actually been getting some cheap gold jewelry at police auctions. So I've been buying it at kind of like the prices slightly below where the jewelers would buy it. So I could kind of instantly flip it, but I'm bidding it up to the point where jewelers and stuff, it's not worth it for them to bid over me because of how much you need to increase your minimum bids and all that kind of stuff. So like one of like that piece there with the diamonds in it. This would be a 10 karat gold piece with the 3 diamonds in the middle there, which is always nice. So I'll be giving out at some point tonight. Not sure. I didn't really plan any giveaways. I've been planning out what I'm going to give away. Basically everything on screen except for the bar. Hey, what's going on, 2A Curl? I don't have the powder between everything I'm trying to save for. Yeah, I feel ya. Hey, what's going on, Mr. Hayabusa? Good to see ya. Silver better stay down long enough for me to get 250 ounces so I can hit my target of 1,000 ounces. Nice! 750 ounces, that's a great stack. Yeah, I started to chill out around about 600 ounces on the silver and move a bit more to gold. But I still have been buying some silver, but a lot slower than before that point. I was kind of like just wanted to get 500 ounces, well, 100 ounces of maples and stuff under my belt when I first started. Then I wanted to move and kind of more into bars and stuff like that, just get a bunch of weight. And just try to get as many ounces as possible of silver till I hit about 500. Then I started slowing down quite a bit. Really slowed down after when I was at about the 600 ounce mark. Just hit over 2K. Nice. Yeah, yeah, I'm locked out of my chat for some reason. As you can see down here, when I go to click something to type, it keeps telling me to sign in, even though I am signed in. So I'll make you a mod so you could drop your link. But if anyone else that is a mod wouldn't mind dropping Nick Molnar's link, that'd be awesome. Yeah, it's funky, the streaming going on here. Locked out of my own chats. What's going on, Silver Scorpion? How's it going? Good to see ya. Yeah, I don't really put too much into the RRSP. RRSP, I kind of go... I think growth assets are pretty good for the RRSP, but stuff like the TFSA, the tax-free savings account here, because you have a... It's so limited what you're allowed to invest into it. I've been trying to get dividend-paying companies for that. I wonder if I can mute this thing. The ducks. Ah, well, I guess that worked. Yeah, I've been pretty bullish on the mining companies. I'm starting to think that... I'm also thinking I'm not really a trader, but I think like oil producers might be a good swing trade. Like, it's not going to go up and be a crazy high like everyone's imagining. But I do see some potential to move in, catch some of the move, and sell. Some of the oil producers have really lagged the price of oil going up. And a lot of them are being smart too, even if you see it as a long-term hold and don't care about holding it on the way down. A lot of them paid dividends anyway, so if you hold it, it's not a big deal. Yeah, triple-digit oil, it's not unimaginable for sure. I don't think we're going to get all-time highs or anything crazy, but yeah, I can see oil still having a ways to move. And I see oil producers that haven't really moved with the price of oil, just kind of lagging behind, having really good price to earnings right now too. Says a lot. And to me, even if you're buying oil producers and they pay a dividend, they haven't really moved with the price of oil, they've been lagging. It's kind of priced. Like, I bought Whitecap Resources not too long ago. Yeah, that thing's been doing pretty good over the past little bit. And they're just announced they're going to increase the dividend. They're going to be investing in drilling more oil or anything like that either. Based on $80 a barrel of oil, they'd like to stress test everything to $40 a barrel. Or maybe 45, I can't remember exactly. One of the two, though. I need to double check that. So for me, I see it as some potential there. Especially because it just started the move. It hasn't really moved, and with oil, it's kind of been lagging behind quite a bit. What's going on, LJ? Yeah, so I've been buying some gold, putting a decent amount of the portfolio into gold, and just trying to get in on the assets that are undervalued that should perform well in high inflationary times. Nice, LJ. What are you painting? Making up like a painting, or painting like a wall or something like that? Yeah, I'm paying over $1.60 here in BC per liter. Crazy how much we're paying. And then I've got, on top of that though, that's for like 87 octane or whatever. Yeah, I got a car that needs 94 ethanol free, and I have another one that needs 91 octane, a bare minimum, which, yeah, it hurts to pay for. That really sucks to pay for. But yeah, it's not too bad though, because I a company vehicle at least. But like, if I had to pay for my own gas to go to and from work all the time, ugh. Is the screen just black right now? There we go. Apparently I unplugged the camera. Yeah, $30.05 a gallon, that's a lot. especially because that would be American, not Canadian. Yeah, I'm paying about $1.65 a liter here. That's like 3.7 liters to a gallon. Crazy. It's like, what, almost like $5 a gallon or something like that. Absolutely insane. Then we have to... A lot of it, though, is just all the added taxes that we put on everything here. And like, all the carbon tax and everything like that. Crazy. Finally get to use my pump siphon rig. Yeah, I got both my both my cars have the locking gas cap. Did you see the supper sticker? No, I have not. Well, our taxes haven't come yet. Yeah, I think we have a ways to go for carbon tax. But I also feel like, you know how companies could buy all the carbon offsets and everything like that? Well, that company that I was mentioning before, the Whitecap Resources, what they do is they sell the carbon offsets and stuff like that to other companies that pollute. Because they take carbon and they pump it into the ground to extract their oil. So I'll just go see if I can pull something up on it. Okay, so this would be the stock here that I'm talking about. Whitecap Resources. And I got in about $7.50 a share. Which, as you guys can see, though, is $7.50 a share earlier today. So it's still not a bad buy, in my opinion. That's basically where my cost average is. That's $7.50. 8.4% dividend yield. Or no, sorry, 8.4% price to earnings. 3.52% dividend yield. Which they just increased that right after I bought it. Not too bad. But I'll go to the... There we go. So this would be their website. So yeah, it's a Canadian company too. They trade on the TSX. So collecting waste emissions. This kind of says a lot right here. We purchased CO2 from the coal-fired Boundary Dam powered station in Estevan, Saskatchewan, and coal gasification project in North Dakota. Without the Weyburn unit, the majority of the CO2 would otherwise be released to the atmosphere. So they're capturing the carbon, and what they use it for is they pump it into the ground, and they help use the carbon helps get the oil out and makes it accessible to pump out. So here we go. That's basically what I was trying to say, but they said it better. We inject CO2 in liquid form at a high pressure into the producing formation 1,500 meters underground, so that'd be 1.5 kilometers underground. Injecting CO2 deep underground safely stores carbon. There we go. The CO2 acts like a solvent to flush otherwise unrecoverable oil from pores in the rock. So they're taking the CO2, putting it underground, using it to get more oil. Brilliant. So, and then because they have a net negative carbon emissions, because they're taking the carbon and pushing it underground, they're able to sell the carbon offsets to other companies and things like that. So it's kind of like a technology company that is really only priced in to be an oil company right now. That's kind of the way I look at it. Check back on the chat. Our taxes haven't come yet. It's scary how the pandemic and taxes have caused the price to jump up on almost everything. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's crazy. And that's at the... It's also becoming the prime concern for most Canadians. At least nowadays. Hey, what's going on, Cash Money Silver Stacker? How's it going? So yeah, I think it maybe we'll... How many people do we have here? It says 8 in the top there. Alright, I'll put 15 numbers up on the thing and we'll give away another silver dime. So yeah, I can't post anything in the chat, so start putting your numbers in. First come, first serve. Only one guess per person. And yeah, that's basically how it goes. Any late entries, that's fine, as long as it's not taken yet. So any number 1 to 15. 1 to 15, Rocky Mountain Bear. Yeah, I realized I didn't say that at all. Okay, I'm gonna start up the duck races now. So anyone who's late, you could guess, but you can only take numbers that aren't claimed yet. There we go. Oh, is it rigged? Is it absolutely rigged? Number 4. Number 4 again. Crazy. Do we have a number 4 guest? Well, we have a 4 from Rocky Mountain Bear, but it's already taken number 10. Well, we'll go again. And yeah, because nobody won on 4, I'll just double it up this time, make it 2 silver dimes. Number 6. Did anyone claim number 6? No number 6 either. Alright, third time's the charm. We're gonna give away 2 silver dimes here. Hopefully they always change up what they look like and everything. Yeah, we got the mermaid. Number 8. Did anyone guess number 8? Yeah, we did. Cash Money Silver Stacker. Nice job. What's going on, Bionic Fishy Fish? Yeah, so as you can see here on the bottom of the chat there, it says sign into chat, but I need to go on and make some people here mods. So Rocky Mountain Bear without a mod, Cash Money, Bionic Fishy Fish. What's going on? Good to see you. Yeah, I need to figure out how to access my chat while I'm live. I guess that's something that I should probably work on figuring out. I think every stream is being this way. Trying to, Rocky Mountain Bear. Yes, you are, Bionic Fishy Fish. We just did a duck race. There we go. Yeah, I just went on my phone. Do you still have the Inefficient Stacker channel, or is that completely gone? No worries, Cash Money. Yeah, it's about time, eh, Rocky Mountain Bear? Oh, yeah, I see. Yeah, I kind of assumed with the new channel and everything. I chose to unmonetize that and everything too. Clearly not the point of why you started or anything for the growth. Yeah, you're one of I think you're like the 3rd or 4th channel I found in the stacking community, Bionic Fishy Fish. It's been a while. Oh, I need to add Charles a tray still. No worries, Charles. Basically, being locked out of my chat is a pain if to drop any links for anyone. Trying to add a lot of moderators for that. Oh yeah, the surgery and everything. I could imagine. That's always rough. And a lot of the time, people don't understand how long it takes to recover from that kind of stuff. They think, okay, it's like when you have a broken leg and you're in a cast or something like that. Everyone knows your leg is injured and everything, but it's that period when you don't have the cast on. Everything's still crazy sensitive and everything like that. You can't really do anything with it, but nobody understands that now. They don't have that visual to show that there's something there or anything, and people just assume everything's fine and dandy. Anytime I had an injury or something, it's when there's no longer that visual. That's when everything starts to, like, I re-separated my shoulder and things like that. Or it's like you're playing basketball. Like I remember I just broke my jaw or something as playing basketball at school. People are still like roughing you up and everything like that, throwing elbows and stuff. It's like, man, I can't play with these guys right now. Like they know I broke my jaw, but they don't see it, so they don't really they don't think about it. The emissions requirements are so expensive, few independent truckers can afford the mandatory upgrades. That's a good point. I never really thought about that. But then yeah, that's just another supply chain bottleneck. Hey, thanks Cash Money Silver Stacker. You are the first member I've ever had actually, so yeah, it's gonna give away a silver quarter for whoever was the first. Send me an email. Yeah, the broken jaw definitely wasn't fun, but there's so many things that are worse because it wasn't too bad though, because I didn't have to have my jaw wired shut, and like the first couple hours were absolutely excruciating because I had a nerve that was just kind of exposed. But when I got to the hospital, they cut it out pretty quickly, so yeah, wasn't too bad. After the first couple hours, you couldn't even feel it. So I was literally out like at a party later on that night because I was young and in high school and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it was brutal at the time, but I'd rather take like a shorter period of more pain and just get the pain over with than being sore for months and months and months. Like I couldn't feel my broken jaw for a while. I think that's a blessing. I'm not exactly sure what you're talking about, Charles, but I don't think you're dumb at anything, and we all learn from each other. Hmm. The knees are brutal. The meniscus is rough too. Well, it wasn't wired shut because I broke it in the front of my mouth, not at the joints or anything like that. So, and I couldn't feel it, even though I mean, alcohol in like an open wound it's not really pleasant, but you don't have a nerve there, so you can't feel it, so it's like, who really cares? But, well, just because of the nerve was out, right? So after that, nobody really, like, you can't feel anything without a nerve, so it's, who really cares? It's only the first couple hours. It's like when you get a cramp and it's just like excruciating for that first few seconds. It's kind of like that, then it's just gone. It's not as bad as a lot of people think. A straw. We all learn from each other. Like a lot of the American coins and stuff. I learned most of that through. I learned a lot of it through Bionic Fishy Fish at the start, and then later on, after he kind of slowed down, I learned a lot through Mad Stacker. Just about the old constitutional and stuff like that. Yeah, the straws. They're banned now, though. I'm full of questionable knowledge. Well, you don't advertise. You never advertise yourself as the most efficient stacker on the planet, so don't worry about it. I just like the. I like learning about all the U.S. stuff because I know about Canadian coins and stuff like that. More like whatchamacallit, more than most people might, but like the American, I just don't know a whole lot about. And for me, I learned pretty much everything through the community and my Red Book, but I even learned about the Red Books through the community. One thing I've been wanting to do, though, since the silver prices kind of stayed high for a while, I've been stacking a lot more gold, but really slowed down on the collection of gold. Started getting more into collecting silver as opposed to the old pre-33 and stuff like that. Yeah, real kind of shift in what I've been collecting, what I've been stacking lately. What's going on, Michael? Good to see ya. Pew pew. Ban straws. Yeah, we banned straws up here. Apparently, it's too bad for the planet. I'm gonna need to release a short little video of our Prime Minister talking about what he has done recently to help save the planet. Oh, thanks, Michael. Yeah, I've been doing some Halloween pours lately. But you know what? Because I'm not going to be on for too long. I'm still going to be on for like another hour or so, but I think maybe we'll do one more giveaway. Let's give away the gold here. 3 diamonds and some gold. It's not pure gold, but I mean it's still 10 karat gold, so with diamonds in it, pretty nice. Well, yeah, just in time, Heather. Heather, good to see ya. Yeah, so we're gonna be giving that away. You guys can start throwing some numbers in the chat. We're gonna go. The range is gonna be 1 to 20. Oh, Silver Talk with Stacker. I like him. He's a nice guy. So any number, 1 to 20. Yeah, so the story behind this piece, though, is I've basically just been getting some extremely cheap gold jewelry at police auctions. Like, there's Rolexes that were appraised for... I can't sell a Rolex watch or anything, but, like, it's a jeweler's dream going there, though. Like, they had Rolexes that were appraised for, like $20,000 a piece, selling for, like, $1,000. Crazy. Now, I'm not into bling or anything, so I don't know. I never got any of that. I don't know how I'd manage to sell it. If I try to sell it too cheap, nobody would end up buying it. Everyone would think it's fake, so holding off on that kind of stuff. But, yeah, all the gold and stuff, I've been trying to get it when I can. How do we go? We have to raise that to 20. There we go. And we're going to start the race. If you're late, you can still get a guess in, 1 to 20. Hopefully your number wasn't picked, though. If someone already guessed your number, you could guess again, but it has to be before the ducks cross the line. Yeah, and it has to be before the last 5 seconds, basically. So number 7. Did anybody guess number 7? Yeah, LJ. Congrats, my friend. Yeah, LJ's been he's been a great supporter of mine since the start of my channel. One of the very first subscribers that I had. Yeah, LJ, the gold is yours. So you can send me an email. I'll send this out to you. Oh wait, I'm not showing. Yeah, I am. Did I not share the screen on that? Well, that's the 7 that passed, so my bad if I didn't share the screen, but yeah, so that one's gonna be yours. And there's still a couple more giveaways. Still a silver dime and a silver dollar. But it's gonna be a little bit till the next one. My bad. Didn't share the screen. Yeah, when I saw you asking what's with the duck madness, it's like, oh no, did I not share the screen? Yeah, so it's number 7 that ended up winning. I can redo if nobody believes me, but yeah, my bad. Yeah, the Bears. No worry, Bionic Fishy Fish. Thanks, Heather. So yeah, I've been trying to find some companies that profit off the inflation. Oh, really, Cash Money Silver Stacker? I am honored. So yeah, I've been kind of trying to find companies that would profit, that would end up being the winners off the inflation that we're probably going to end up seeing. And with all this paying for carbon and this and this and this and this and this, I feel like a lot of projects in Canada, white cap resources could get done that other companies can't because they're dirty or whatever. They emit pollutions and this and this and this. So I feel like if you could find companies that are gonna have an easier time getting work approved based on their carbon pollution and stuff like that, I feel like it's kind of the best oil play right now. It could be a long-term hold, it could be a good short-term flip, but I don't really see it as a good mid-term hold, if that makes sense. Oh, I think I need to change my mailing address on my boat. They actually just moved my P.O. box. I need to update that, actually, now since you mentioned that, Bionic Fishy Fish. Time to refresh my beverage. Nice. Yeah, Amazon, they could... I feel like that's just the whole supply chain stuff, though, could really affect Amazon in a negative way, but I also feel like they have the resources to make things kind of work. Like, I feel like Amazon is a very adaptable kind of company. I feel like they have the right infrastructure in place with all their different warehouses to be able to adapt with big swings in how they do business. and how they could adapt for inflation. And I feel like the consumers could, they're going to pass a lot of the inflation on to the consumers who are just going to understand that everything's getting inflated. Has everyone checked out Altalay mining? I suggest you do. No, I'll need to bring that up. Altalay mining. Put one in the chat if you remember the Millennial Stacker. Yeah. That's about a year ago, I think I changed that. Yeah, it's funny, I was watching a couple of my first videos I made yesterday. Wow. Things have definitely changed. It kind of makes me... Also kind of brings me back to... Just thinking about, like, kind of why I started the channel, what I was going for when I first started, and making sure everything I'm doing is in line with that. I feel like I kind of drifted away from that a bit, and I feel like I just want to have a bit more fun with the channel, not take things so seriously. I'm going to do more serious things in a light style, let's say, where it's not so kind of shoving the information in your face, not in that kind of way. As I feel like in a couple of my videos may have been throwing information in people's faces as opposed to putting it out there and letting them receive it in the manner they choose. Millennial Stacker sent me a sticker on my first piece of Canadian. That's awesome. Yeah, honestly, I never was into the cryptos and everything, but I was thinking about Venezuela and how they were, or was it El Salvador? Sorry, that was unlike Venezuela. People who have very shaky currencies, countries that have they don't have a stable currency at all. So for me, I'm thinking, like, if you put yourself in those shoes, it's completely different than me looking at cryptos and stuff from my personal position of speculating. That, to them, is a safe haven asset compared to their currencies and everything. Yeah, El Salvador is the one that adopted it, but I was thinking, like, if you're in a country like Venezuela or something, I would prefer to be holding Bitcoin. It could be hacked, it could be anything, but you could be, if you're in Zimbabwe, I'd rather have Bitcoin than Zimbabwe currency. That's just my personal opinion. And I feel like it'd be a lot easier transactable. Like, you could buy more stuff, it'd be easier just to have his money than... But I feel like I've been kind of just not stepping out of my shoes around cryptos and stuff, and I don't want to buy into it right now. I'd rather miss out on all of that stuff than buy out of fear of missing out. What's going on, Yankee Stacking? Good to see ya. How's it going? But I just feel like for me, it's pure speculation. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense for me to personally be buying into a lot of cryptocurrencies or really much, especially at these prices. But I feel like if you're someone from El Salvador or something, or you're from Venezuela, it's a safe haven compared to your currency. And you look at the amount of currencies that have been just going skyrocketing in the amount of supply of that currency, it makes more sense over time. Not that it's what I'm gonna buy or what I'm doing, but I'm not judging it so harshly as I once did. Yeah, that's a big part of it for me too, with all the cryptos out there. I even look at Bitcoin. There's so many different versions of Bitcoin. Now there's the ETFs and everything like that, and I'm thinking, how do you even begin to wrap your mind around it? for me, I'm more of a physical. If I need something physical to hold to hedge myself from inflation. I can't anything other than something that's physical and tangible. I see as pure speculation. Just my personal opinion. But I also just I see I'm a long-term investor, and I have troubles taking on short-term trades. I just have trouble taking on that risk personally. I'm not very comfortable with the short-term trades. Yeah, I'd be loving crypto too if I bought in at the right time, but I'm just not sure about buying in now. I feel like I just can't bring myself to buy into things when they're at all-time highs. I just can't bring myself to do it. Although if everything's reaching an all-time high, it'd be hard to hold cash either. It's another way to think about it. Yeah, I never bought any crypto, but I feel like someone from a different position than myself, it makes perfect sense, but for me, myself, it just doesn't make perfect sense. I wonder what it's... I heard it made, like, Bitcoin made all-time highs today. But crypto makes... It's hard to really judge what it should be worth. It's hard to say if it's low, if it's high. I just don't... It doesn't make sense to me to determine what kind of price tag I should put on it, and that's kind of how I do my investing. I put a price tag on what I believe it's worth, and then if it's at that price or below it, I buy. If it's above that, I'll hold or potentially sell if it's just crazy high above that. He likes going to physical casinos. Yeah, honestly, I like going to that's my thing. I like a poker night with my friends and stuff like that. I'm not so much into the sports betting, personally, but I like a nice poker night with friends. I like the social aspect of gambling and stuff like that, but I gamble like $5-10, like a card game, like buy-in tournament for Texas Hold'em. I'm not betting like $100 to get in or something like that. And that's once in a while. Yeah, blackjack, it's not really my thing. I'm more of a Texas Hold'em kind of guy. I like the competitive aspect of the Hold'em, let's say. I've always been into the sports for the competition and all that kind of stuff, and the blackjack competing with the dealer I find is not as fun for me as competing with everyone at the table. Oh yeah, gaming's going crazy. And I think it's crazy because, like my son, I'll tell him, like, okay, you gotta get off, like, I'll limit his, video games that he's allowed to play. I'll say you're only allowed to play, like, an hour a day or something like that. So I kick him off of, his video games he's playing, and then he'll start trying to watch other people play video games, and I'm just thinking, this is so weird to me. Like, I've always been into hockey, basketball, but I find it hard to watch hockey or basketball, though. Like, basketball, I've kind of gone really into that lately, over the past 2-3 years, but I've always found things hard to watch and easy to do. Oh yeah, gambling? That's funny. LJ about to be a billionaire. Yeah, gambling is going crazy. Gambling, I feel like people are running on, like, they shut down the casinos and everyone was running to the stock markets to gamble over the past little bit. Actually, our casinos here have been really scrutinized over the past few years too, because they've been money laundering outfits. Because you can't necessarily prove what people have came into the casino with, but then they're cashing in all this stuff at once on camera. You know what I mean? So nobody's really looked into that, and it's allowed a ton of money laundering where I live. Yeah, Bitcoin here, it's saying 64,500, so that would be crazy hard to convince myself to buy it in right now. It would take a lot of effort to convince me. I understand why people have faith in it, though, don't get me wrong, but I think there are many factors as to why crypto is doing so well. I think a big reason that this entire generation has been suffering from the effects of global financial crisis, and now I think that there's a lot of truth to that, and I also think that it's easy to sell people hopes and dreams, and it's easy to sell people fear. I think those are some of the easiest things to sell people, and I think that crypto is a mix of both of those. When you're being sold hopes and dreams of becoming rich beyond your wildest dreams in a short period of time, I feel like that's really the main one, honestly, with crypto. I feel like the hopes and dreams in a short period of time is a real big reason, and the other aspect of the fear is you look at what's going on right now that's being it's being said to be the digital gold, but the whole point of gold is it's a tangible asset. It's not able to be created out of nothing. And if there might be a limited supply of this, like in my mind, I've always seen it as might be a limited supply of that nothing, but it's still nothing. It's like an NFT. There might be only 2 of this rock JPEG that costs $300,000, but everyone could get that rock JPEG for free. There's no blockchain technology that tracks it or anything like that, but it's still just a JPEG picture of a rock. But they're selling for like $300,000. It makes me want to see if I should just upload pictures of a beaver, make it an NFT, and see if anyone actually buys it. Yeah, I feel like crypto it's hard for me to make sense of it and make it a part of my portfolio, if that makes sense. I feel like my hedge against inflation and all that is gold. And I'm looking for other ways to profit off of inflation, but I feel like right now, Rio Tinto, that is where I'm putting most of my money. So that would be this stock right here. Like, that's where I'm putting the bulk of my investing funds from each paycheck that go into my TFSA or whatever. The bulk of it is right now I'm buying Rio Tinto. Second most bought asset right now would be gold. I just feel like the commodities are... You can't go wrong. Iron ore just took a massive hit too. Their share price, that you could see the big drop off right there. But yeah, I just feel like iron ore with all the infrastructure upgrades, it's gonna pop. It's not just America that's planning on doing it. Canada wants to do infrastructure upgrades. There's so many different countries that want to... Like, I think Australia's talking about potential... Don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure about Australia, but I know Canada is too. But my point is that it's not just one country on the planet that plans on doing infrastructure upgrades. I see it as a big bull market to come. And I also see, I'm also still buying some silver. I still plan on buying some silver even though the price just popped today. And I just feel like hype is still way too low with manufacturing, when it comes to the investor demand, when it comes to everything, every aspect about silver. I feel like it's just underappreciated. And I feel like when it comes to the speculative, anything kind of speculative, anything that doesn't really pay me to hold it, I really enjoy buying when there's no energy around it. And I was gonna say, they have my channel dashboard up here, and you can see, like, to my knowledge, I never upset anyone. It's not just me; it's every single person in the stacking community. You go to like the views, you're getting good views, and just minimum. Kind of where I was at the start of when I first started and all that. But there was hype back here when I was a small channel. Now I'm a big channel and the same kind of views. This is kind of that millimeter video that I was talking about before. This isn't a one channel thing. It's not a one person thing. It's an everyone thing. You go through anyone's page or anything, there's a drop off in views. That tells me hype is very low when it comes to the silver. And you're especially seeing that in the silver stacking community. Therefore, I'm extremely bullish on silver right now. There's only one way that the hype and everything could go in my mind. That's just kind of how I look at it. And I see this as a very good sign for... I see a lot of things going on, like potentially less car manufacturing, all that kind of stuff going on, but when I'm seeing this on everyone's channel and everything going on right now today, I'm extremely bullish on what's going to happen in the future. Just as I was bearish in February when we had the silver squeeze, and I was like, okay, there's only one... This is not sustainable and everything like this right now. Not everyone's going to think silver is going to go down forever. It just started to pop and had a very good day today, but still below that $25 an ounce range, and I think that's kind of going to be a bit of a resistance point, I think, in my mind, but I don't have a crystal ball. I can't say anything for sure. I also thought it wasn't going to go up over 24 before we saw it go back down below 22, so that's something else I was wrong at. So I cleared anything short term. It's all just a guess. Nobody actually could tell or say for sure. Inflation is real. Silver is undervalued. Buy in the 20s. Yeah, I'm still buying. What's going on, Plumber Stacker? Good to see ya. They should have planned infrastructure all along. It's been a long time since the USA developed. Yeah, after what I heard about the infrastructure there, I'm kind of surprised that things have been waiting so long. Just like the hospital beds in Canada. There hasn't been enough hospital beds for decades. And now everyone's blaming beaver fever. That one thing didn't... Like, you're not protected from beaver fever, it's all your fault. And I'm thinking, it's been an 8-hour, 10-hour, 12-hour wait every time I've had a broken bone or anything. Like when I broke my jaw and stuff like that, as I mentioned earlier, I had to wait hours for the hospital dentist to start their shift. That was the big wait. It wasn't a lineup of people. I had to wait for the people to actually be there to start their shift and stuff like that, because we don't have the people and stuff. There's not the investment for that. They're not getting paid enough. Nobody wants to do it. We're having doctors go on strike right now. And now this is a non-monetized stream, so I don't really care about, or at least I hope they're not putting commercials on it. They're not paying me for it, but yeah, so I don't really care what I say on this stream, or really any of the streams for that matter. Show us your stack, not your That's so funny. That's hilarious. I'm holding XRP for the long haul. It's my all or nothing coin. Yeah, I'm personally not so into the cryptos, but I'm understanding where my logic on them previously was wrong. I wasn't taking a step out of my shoes and putting myself in someone else's position. But I can't buy in now at these prices, personally speaking. I know time in the markets beats timing the markets, cost average or silver and all that kind of stuff, but I just feel like at these prices it just seems high. All the cryptos, I haven't looked into XRP though, so I could be completely wrong and none of this could apply to XRP, but actually I should just look into it on, no, I'm on the computer anyways. XRP, there we go. USD Bitstamp, XRP, USD Coin Metrics. Which one do I want to look at, Plumber? Well, if I'm going to bring a chart up, which one of those do I want? Because there's so many different versions of the same coin, right? Like you could have one crypto, but there could be like 5. Called GGB. That's funny. SEC has been holding XRP down for a long time now. Now, do you think that regulation could benefit crypto in a positive way if there's if it's regulated like everything else? Or do you think that would hurt crypto? Or like, because my logic on this is if there's going to be a regulation put in place and they regulate like every other asset, would that make it so that this anticipation of over-regulation, let's crush crypto, if it's not treated in that manner, would that make crypto, could that be a bull thing for crypto? Would regulation make people think that cryptos are safe, their regulation is good? I was thinking it could make people feel comfortable investing into crypto, because like, I can't hold crypto myself. I know people who have lost the wallets that you don't keep online. And I know people who've been hacked that keep them online. Right? So it's one of those things where it's like, I'm not really... I would say I was against it. I used to have an attitude towards it or something like that, but I kind of stepped out of my shoes a bit lately. The problem is they will try, but they can't. It's already out there, out of their grasp. They just won't give it up. Yeah, I could see that. That they just don't wanna. They just keep trying to force it out of their like existence, kind of make it pointless and all that kind of stuff. But you, as like the Federal Reserve or as a Bank of Canada, Bank of England, or anything like that, you can't really make the case that cryptos have no value without making the case that your own currency has no value. You know what I mean? So it's kind of hard to hear the judgment from those sources. Or it's like the SEC saying that's pure gambling. There's so many more just pure gambling things that are allowed to take place, it seems like. It seems like half the assets out there, there's derivatives of derivatives of derivatives. It's like someone places a bet. I like how the movie The Big Short put it. When someone places a bet, and then you place a bet on who will win that bet. So now it's like they bet I bet the dice will come up 4 to 6. I bet you $5 it'll come up between 4 and 6. Okay, deal. Now 2 other people come by and say, I bet you he'll win that bet. $100 says he wins the bet. Then they make a deal. Then someone bets on their bet. So now this one $5 bet could determine like billions of dollars in transactions. Crazy when you think about those kind of things, though. But I find it hard to say that like SEC and stuff like that would allow all that to take place, but then they're really against crypto and all that kind of stuff. It really doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Yeah, shorting to me is that is extremely risky, and that's why I own the VXX right now as opposed to shorting the S&P or something. And I can't pay premiums for contracts and stuff like that, so I don't have the VIX. But I went with the VXX because it's just, I can't deal with the premiums. Keep rolling it over, I'll sell it to someone else, you know what I mean? That's my plan, that's my strategy. And I don't really think that the S&P is going to go tumbling through the floor, but that's my peace of mind, right? So that I just keep doing my thing, and if I put 1-2% of my portfolio in that, well, if there's a major crash, that 1-2% could become 5 to 10% easy. So if everything loses 5 to 10% value, well, that just popped and made it up. And if that everything else goes up, like all my other stuff goes up like I'm anticipating, well, I don't mind having that 1% go to zero. I just don't mind. Because at least that gave me the peace of mind to buy more and everything and get in on it earlier. I bought in the teens, sold the spikes, wash and repeat. Now I'm holding, waiting for that spike. Nice. Well, first bike I rode with my boyfriend was a Hayabusa. Nice. Yeah, silver and gold they're never going to zero. My VXX, that could potentially go to zero though. And if it does, I just don't care. If I have 1 to 2%, that kind of range, just over 1%, a bit below 1.5%. But you know the kind of range I'm talking about. If that goes to zero, I just don't care. Yeah, I missed out on the cryptos, but I made some really nice plays throughout all the craziness. And like it's funny looking back now, because I remember the other day I was looking at some stuff that I sold some stuff I sold when everything was kind of high, right? Before the crash in March and stuff like that. Like I just kind of sold it right at the end of February for a lot of the stuff. But yeah, it goes way down, and I remember being like, yeah, everything crashed, and a good thing I got out. I just moved so much of that around. I'm like, okay, this is at so much right now, this is at so much right now, way above where I put it. I was kind of like, oh wow, maybe I shouldn't have sold, but then you think about what you did when everything was at the bottom. Yeah, I'm pretty happy that I did do that in the end. But I feel like that crashed March 2020. I feel like I was really into the markets at the time that it was happening, and I saw everywhere that Beaver Fever hit crash in that manner before, and Canada was really kind of the last to have it hit. So yeah, I feel like we are very lucky as a country to see it everywhere else and be able to just say, hey, why is this time going to be different here than anywhere else on the planet? So I feel like I was really lucky to be here at that point in time to make that move. But do you guys want to give away one more silver dime? Show the screen this time as I give it away. Here we go. So if you guys want to start throwing some numbers in the chat, we'll go 1 to 25. That's the range. The thing says 15 people, but it's never accurate. There could be 5, there could be 25, who knows. Yeah, the mining stocks I'm pretty big on. I'm pretty big on the energy producers right now too. But yeah, for me, anything, what's going on, Sea Monkey Metals. But anything that is a commodity producer, I'll take a peek into. Oh, I gotta see, what was that other stock that you said, LG? It was Altalay? Altalay Mining, I believe it was. Yeah, I gotta bring that and see what that one was. Yeah, the one I've been buying took a hit today of a couple percent Rio Tinto, but I just see that as opportunity. Locking in a over 9% dividend yield. Now it could change, but like the yield could go down. But yeah, I'm gonna check them out right after the right after this giveaway here. If I don't, remind me. But yeah, so everyone's guess it looks like 1 to 25 is the range, and I'm going to start the race now. If you're late, it's not too. You get in just before I hit it. No, I don't watch Veil Bionic Fishy Fish. Oh wait, I gotta go back and do the setup. My bad. Gotta get more numbers in the. $25 numbers. There we go. Alright, now we go. Oh, I just forgot to add 5 more numbers to the race. Now there's a few more people. At least according to the thing, but it's never accurate, so who knows. Yeah, Veil. I haven't looked into them. So 22. Do we have a 22? Spider-Man. No 22. And I see nobody guessed over 20, so I'm gonna just lower that down to only 1 to 20 numbers then. Make it faster for someone to win. Actually, no, I'm just gonna race again. I'm feeling lazy right now. Hey, there's a snowman. It's funny how they has a carrot beak. Oh, 24. What a jerk. That 24. Oh, I got a. My bad. Yeah, I gotta share the screen again. My bad. Okay, here we go. Yeah, you finally get to see the ducks, Bionic Fishy Fish. Well, I gotta show Plumber up on how to fail at doing giveaways. Ain't that right, Plumber? Yeah, Plumber Stack is a great channel if you guys haven't seen him yet. So, is there a 19? Anyone choose 19? Yeah, I think you still got the title too there, Plumber Stacker. For sure you have the title. But I mean, someone's got to try to take it from you, right? Oh, you're not a mod on my thing? Crazy. There you go. Okay, if nobody chose this one, I'm just gonna go to whoever's closest for the next one. $15. Anyone choose 15? No 15, okay. Whoever's closest. Yeah, plumber without a wrench, eh? How could that be? Alright, Trident, you can get a guess in 1 to 25. Whoever's closest is gonna win. You're late, but you can still get in. Whoever's closest to the number wins. While we have Trident a second here. Okay, there we go. So this time, whoever's closest doesn't need to be exact, because I mean, if you guys want to watch duck races all night, we could do that, but I highly doubt anyone's wanting to do that. Alright, 13, there we go. I'm pretty sure I saw someone put a 13 in the chat. There we go, Mr. Hayabusa with a 13. Send me an email and the silver dime is yours. Close, plumber. Was it lucky 13? I thought 13 was supposed to be unlucky. All I know is 4 is lucky. Or at least I say it is, but yeah, I don't really know too much about any of that. What's lucky, what's not, all this superstitious stuff. So we're gonna go to is Altalay first. So Altalay Mining, do you know where they're based out of? CVE. So it's at the Canadian Adventure Exchange, CVE. Normally see it TVE for Toronto Venture Exchange, but alright. So a decent amount of shares traded a day. I typically try to go for above $1 billion, but I mean, you're not going to have trouble getting... You put in an order with 266,000 traded daily. Yeah, it's not going to be hard getting your money out. Pay to earnings a bit high, but as the same mining companies, the pay to earnings is kind of different than... Especially on companies where it's a $120 million market cap. Typically, it's they're still investing into the mines, but they're making money, which is the key. Do they have the... net cash in hand? It's not too bad, though, when you consider the size of the company, and especially if they've just been starting up. Which to me, that seems, but based on the financials, it seems like this is more of a company that's been starting up, not been around for a long time. We do have cash on hand, which is also good. Cost of revenue. That's actually not too... That's not too bad considering the revenue is 18 million. This one could be onto something. I wonder what it says in their... Probably late, but good night, fishy fish. Thanks for stopping by. It's good to see ya. Always good to see ya. WWR when you have time. They're supposed to be a big deal for the type of mine they are. Yeah, I've been buying a lot of Rio Tinto, but I'm big into the... I'm underweight on my portfolio for commodities. Let's say right now. Yeah, TSXV. So this Canadian Venture Exchange. Operating in Mexico that engages in exploration, development, commercial production at its 100% owned Campo Morado mine. So what exactly is Altalay mining? Linked to precious metals and cyclic return assets, base, zinc, lead, copper. Two advanced projects. So it looks like the Campo Morado mine is... I'm just going to click on their projects. $2,500 tons per day of ore, but it's not really saying what it's... Okay, so they're getting gold, they're getting silver. This is definitely something worth looking into. And everything is saying that it's been put in recently. And all the infrastructure and like mines take infrastructure, right? Like you need to get equipment in and out of the mines, you need to get the ore in and out of the mines. There's a lot. You need like conveyor belts to move the stuff through the mines, you need to buy machines and stuff like that. There's so much investment starting up a mine. And this is so recently started up. There is definitely some potential here. See, one thing though is they're counting on 1950 silver, which seems like a little high for a mining company to say that they're counting on. But as I say, 1,210 an ounce for gold? That is crazy. Like if they're basing their, if they're stress testing their, like the gold supply and stuff to 12.10 an ounce, that is like that's a higher all-in sustaining cost and stuff than like Barrick and stuff like that. But I was gonna say, Barrick's a gold mining company, really at the heart of everything, and it seems like this, they might be more of like a 50-50 kind of base metals and gold. Whereas like that Rio Tinto, they mine gold and stuff, but they're really more of a base metals kind of. They have iron ore, copper, lithium. They mine everything from like to uranium. So that's a bit of a different kind of play. This is more of a kind of concentrated. There, one thing about the mines though is you need to see what part of because would be down in Mexico, I believe they said. You need to see what you need to know exactly what part of Mexico, because there is always geopolitical risk with every single mine. The regulation that could come to any country. But I'm just gonna take a quick peek back over at the chat. Well, I hear the ducks too. Yeah, it's my favorite song. Quack, quack. We couldn't see the ducks, now just hear the ducks. Hurry up times again. Yeah, don't worry. Once I finish, I'll turn off the quack. There's always ducks at the beaver dam. You know how it goes. A lot of mining stocks I've watched took off past here, but settling back down. Yeah, there's a lot that just went skyrocketing last year, especially right in the middle, like beginning of summer and stuff like that. There's a lot that just went crazy. And yeah, a lot of them are settling down now. I find mining stocks, they tend to get overshot. It's all speculation on where the price of what they're mining is going, and there tends to be a lot of overshooting where things will go with every asset. It's not just a gold thing or something. Once you hear the ducks, you can't unhear them. A lot of mining stock. Oh, no problem, LJ. A lot of mining stocks have. Oh yeah, I just read that. Chivo is another good one to look into. It's not a mining stock. What's Chivo? Is that the ticker symbol? Yeah, it's the shut off the music so I could hear more quacking. That's the end. I'll fix that. Don't worry. I'm used to construction background noise. Same here. Crazy. So how do I... There we go. No more quacking. Yeah, I've been really trying to just kind of figure out how I'm gonna profit off the inflation as opposed to just hedging myself from it. I've also wanted to see if I could whatchamacallit, see if I could start flipping some of that cheap jewelry that I've been getting at the police auctions on eBay and stuff like that at I kind of prices some jewelers would pay, like off on the side of everything. Yeah, I know. You'll still hear it, but then you'll be thinking you're not actually hearing it. You're just anticipating the quack. Or you'll read B2 go quack. And I find the police auctions, like, it's not just jewelry and stuff. There's, like, you get some odd coins and stuff from there. But I've been getting some crazy scores on some crazy pieces of gold that are well below spot. Well below, like, some pieces could be 60% of spot, even. Like, there's the, like, the piece that, like, the lot that this came with, there's another piece of gold that paid for everything. So the piece that, like, this giveaway tonight, gold pendant, diamonds, and stuff like that, like, that's basically just like an extra in the lot. Crazy. Might as well give it away to someone over, like, he will appreciate it, as opposed to trying to sell it to someone who's probably going to refine it or something like that, or do something with it, or just try to potentially just flip it to someone else because they could get it cheap off of me. Well, there's like jewelry boxes and stuff that have been taken. Like, I paid for I got this in a lot at an auction, so I paid, I can't remember. I think it's $350 for the lot. But there's like this one gold chain that I sold. I sold it for $400 immediately, which was well below spot price, but I just wanted to quickly make all my money back, take some gold as the profit, throw it in the safe, have some nice giveaway pieces. But you take one piece out of it, you end up selling it, pays for everything and more. Yeah, I feel like they've, you can't keep anything that comes from proceeds of crime, so if someone's like a gangster or something, they'll just take it off of them and be like, no, it's not yours anymore. You're not gonna get this back, and stuff like that. So, yeah, you get some good deals on pieces like that. I thought I'd be passing it forward. That's funny, because they don't even, a lot of the stuff, though, like, I've been burnt once, where I went there, and it's like, okay, this wasn't actually, like, gold and stuff, but at the same time I went, like, that was in the same lot as this, where everything else was gold, right? But, they also just post things like, there's one posting where it's like, just, oh, assorted rings. Well, if you actually go into the pictures and stuff, you go in person or anything like that, you can clearly see it's 14 karat stamped right on it. Now you gotta do the acid tests and stuff like that, just to make sure that it actually is 14 karat, all that kind of stuff. Hold it up to a magnet, make sure there's no chunk of anything in the middle. But, yeah, there's some good deals to be had there. Just in case you feel like the price of gold is a bit high for what you want to pay for it. And like the gold chain, that's also pure profit from my last video. Yeah, I was actually thinking about just melting down a lot of the 10 karat stuff, because 10 karat, you can't really, it's not worth its weight in gold, let's say. It's less, it's like 41 point something % gold, the 14 karat gold, so I've been thinking about just pouring gold. Like all the 10 karat stuff I get. Why not? Yeah, I was thinking about pouring a golden beaver. I think if you did a golden toilet, that would be brilliant beyond comprehension. That could definitely get you some 10 karat gold. I'm hoping that I'm gonna get a bunch more. I end up, whatchamacallit, I end up bidding like on like half of the gold at the next auction, but I'm slowly being outbid for the bids I'm reserving, because you could reserve bids in advance, but only in certain increments. So I'm bidding like on half of the auction, but it's also used to have everything bid to my max bid or whatever claimed. So like kind of how it works is like if I bid like a $200 max bid, but I started at 50, I've claimed every bid from 50 to 200. So unless someone bids 250, they can't outbid me. So normally what happens is someone might come by and be like, okay, this is worth 225 or something, right? Like that's what you could just take it and that's what a jeweler would instantly pay you for that day. Because that's kind of who I find I'm competing with in those auctions, is jewelers. So if I could bid so that they have to pay more than what they're supposed to be buying, I'll still get it for cheaper than what they would get it for, but if I can make it so that they have to pay more than what they're comfortable paying for, I find it's just generally you get it. And I feel like it's a bit of a system to be used to get some crazy deals on gold. Yeah, Golden Throne, that'd be brilliant. Yeah, the bobblehead Donald Trump, that'd be brilliant. That would be probably my favorite pour that I've ever seen. Yeah, I've got a... Right now, for the next one, it's on in 6 days. I'm winning some 18 karat, some 14 karat, and some 10 karat. Yeah, 10 karat gold is... It's not bad for pouring and stuff like that for your me because it's so cheap. And, like, it's over 50% copper, right? But you still have that nice gold shine to it. Like, this looks the same color as... This looks identical in color to 18 karat gold. The 10 karat here, when 18 karat is 75% pure, because all the carats mean is how many parts per 24 is gold. That's kind of how the carat system works, right? Instead of just going by a percentage of purity, it's how many carats. So 24 carats is pure gold. 24 parts per 24 is gold. 22 karat, 22 parts out of 24 is gold. 18 karat would be 75% because 18 parts of 24 would be gold. And that's kind of how the whole carat system works. But I also find anything with like a diamond in it, like I need to get a real tester. I gotta use like I've just literally just gone back to the there's a jewelry store, like one of those buy gold now places, who I just go in and just say like, can you tell me if this is a real diamond or whatever. I'll test it for free and stuff like that. Although sometimes they'll... One time they said, it's only happened to me once so far, but they're like, are you going to buy anything when you come here? So I got it one silver maple for $2 higher than I'd normally pay just to keep having them test my stuff for free. It's like you can't use our Wi-Fi unless you buy something kind of deal, I guess. I've only been buying this month Plumber Stacker. I haven't been doing that since maybe at the end of September, sorry. But other than that, it's just been a recent thing. But yeah, I never knew that there were these kind of deals to be had there. Well, some of the jewelry that gets created, though, it's just like, it's crazy how much gold some people put into a piece. Like, these, one piece is like, it looks like an Egyptian pharaoh would wear. Like, I couldn't see it selling for less than, like, 10,000 just for the gold content. And I'm like, I don't know who makes this. Like, who buys these things at jewelry prices? I gotta let my cat in the room. And now my cat's gonna try to climb all over my keyboard and computer and all that fun stuff. Oh yeah, it's knocking over everything. Fun times. See, in my cat's mind, I'm their pet. And I know that. They don't think that they're my pet. They think I'm their pet. Like, oh yeah, I'm just here. These people, they get me... My people get me my food. They'll do everything I want and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, in a couple minutes, I'm gonna do my last giveaway at the end of stream for a silver dollar. There'll be more quacking in a minute. Oh yeah, like my cat, she thinks the entire house is hers, and I think it's funny, like, my son and her, they just don't get along, my cat. I think it's so funny because, like, when my son was little, he just terrorized that cat, like, when he was, like, 2-3 years old. Now the cat doesn't forgive him for any of that, and it's so funny, the relationship that they have going on right now. It's a real love-hate relationship. Oh yeah, my cat will hold a grudge. That's for sure. Yeah, my cat knows that I'm the dominant one, but it thinks like I'm only there for it, if that makes sense. Like in the middle of the night, I wake up to like my cat, instead of running away from these raccoons, it just comes and starts meowing at my window. Like, okay, I know there's tons of raccoons here. I could easily just walk around the side of the house to start meowing by the right outside your window to wake you up or whatever, because there's raccoons. But it's like, why don't you just run away? Like, why don't you just run away from the raccoons? What's going on, Savvy Stacker? Good to see you. Yeah, just like has the expectation, like, oh, I'll just call it and it'll come out and save me. Don't worry about it. But yeah, I think we're gonna do the final giveaway here. The mint sealed. Is that a 65? Yeah, 1965 Voyager dollar. And we'll make the range 1 to 15. So you guys could feel free to drop your numbers 1 to 15 into the chat. First come, first serve for the numbers. And then, yeah, I love the Voyager dollars too. Definitely one of my favorites. I find they're very underrated. Just like the, actually the peace dollars, I find are probably the most underrated out of all the silver dollars and stuff. Very underappreciated. Everyone loves the Morgans, but I feel like the peace dollars have kind of been living in their shadow a bit. I'm going to go set up the it's 1 to 15. There we go. Everyone's done guessing. Alright, here we go. Let's see who wins. Oh, we got the Trump duck. It looks like there. That's so funny. Love the hairdo. Oh, number 12. Is that a duck or a panda? Put a 1 in the chat if you think it's a duck. Put a 2 if you think it's a panda. So number 12, let's go. Anyone guess? Oh, Nick Molnar. There we go. Congrats, Nick Molnar. Yeah, the Trump duck. Yeah, I think that's hilarious seeing the Trump duck there. Oh no! I'm so bad at the giveaways. What an utter fail. You guys can't see? My bad. Well, there you go. 12 is across the line. Yeah, it's so rigged. Yeah, it's my rookie season, so at least that's what I'll tell myself. So, yeah, we'll need to, who are we gonna raid? Let's go to YouTube. Who is live here? Let's go to SC Stacker. Now, I can't drop this link anywhere because I'm locked out of my own chat. So if someone wouldn't mind going and getting SC Stacker's link, they could go give him a raid. Any link for SC Stacker? Okay, I'll see if I can grab the link. There we go. Thank you, Plumber Stacker. Plumber saves the day. Alright, drop the forest in the chat when you get there. Or a beaver emoji. Either or. And